Hello there. Welcome to the show, Catch the Pulse with Rodney. Hope you guys have been enjoying what we've been putting out there so far. And keep watching and hitting subscribe for us, please. And today, of we are very, very fortunate to have the Doc of Rock for over 50 years in the city of Detroit on numerous radio stations. What an honor it is to have you, Doug. So welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey, welcome, Rodney, and thank you very much for having me on your show. I appreciate it. And by the
Oh,
way, great job.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot coming from a professional such as yourself, man. So I'm looking on your back wall and I see the memorabilia. You have just got, I just can't even count how much stuff that you have from over the years.
Well,
Uh,
this is the Beatle room. So
okay.
those are all Beatle and Beatle related autographs. Like I've got, all four individual Beatles, but
Uh-huh.
then I've also got Linda McCartney, Yoko Ono,
Oh,
George
wow.
Martin, Brian Epstein. Anybody that was close or involved with the Beatles is up on that wall and that wall and that wall and that wall.
I know. Before the show, I was looking at your Facebook page and the boxes of signed CDs and other stuff like that. How old were you when you got the bug to be a collectible addict?
Oh well, probably 10 years old to tell you the truth. I mean, I was buying records from Civic Music Store in on the east side of Detroit. I always collected sports. The problem I have is that I don't collect just one thing.
Right,
I collect rock. I collect comic books. I collect toys. I collect a lot of sports.
right
And
on.
uh, and before we get done, I got to tell you about my big record show where I'm going to start selling a lot of this stuff.
Are you
But
really?
that's coming up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
No
coming up.
kidding. Well,
Yeah.
we have a facility here that if you want to come over and set up tables and maybe auction them off, it might be something better for
Oh,
you. It's something to talk about.
well, I just put something together called the East Side Record
Oh,
Show
oh,
that's going to
nice.
kick off on March 15th.
Okay.
And we'll have 60 tables, almost 50 dealers,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be one of them. But
Nice.
to incorporate into the record show,
Mm-hmm.
being my first one and wanting to attract a large crowd, I
Uh-huh.
also incorporated a WABX DJ reunion.
I seen that.
So I'm going to be reunited with all the second generation WABX jocks like Steve Costan and
Right.
Chuck Santoni and Greg St. James, Todd
Wow.
Fowler, John
Oh my.
Bailey, Peter Werby, and then we also got our original general manager Al Wilson coming out. So
Unreal.
it's gonna be a big old fun party. Michael Mayer. It should be a blast getting together
Uh-huh.
with all those guys. First time there's been an ABX reunion,
I can't
and
believe that. Wow, man.
so
How did you wrangle all these guys together to get this going?
one night sipping tequila in my kitchen and on the phone.
So let's get into a little bit about your charitable events that you've hosted over the years. Oh my God, there's so many, and I would love to hear a little bit about that.
Well, I appreciate you bringing that up, Rodney, because I've done a number of these podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that hasn't come up that I was actually given a Detroit Music Award for a couple of years
Nice.
ago
Okay.
was for some of the events that I put on to help either benefit or benefit the families
Okay.
of some of our hero rock stars from Detroit.
Nice.
Like the very first one I recall was Scott Morgan from the Rationals.
Okay.
And it's probably one of the proudest ones because not only did we raise a lot of money
Uh-huh.
but he also has survived his problems
Oh,
and
wonderful.
is doing very well right now.
Thank God
Um,
for that.
Others like Gary Quackenbush, where he was too sick to recover, we
Uh-huh.
were able to give him a good life for the few
Oh,
years that he was still left on the planet. And like Laura Grimshaw, who was
uh-huh.
married to Gary Grimshaw,
Right.
when he passed away, they were in dire debt. And we
Wow.
raised close to $50,000
Oh,
uh,
God bless you.
for her and got her back on her feet,
Nice.
um, and was able to recover a lot of his artwork that she continues to sell and keep his legacy alive. So uh,
Wonderful.
there's others like the Dick Wagner uh,
Mm-hmm. Right.
that Dick Wagner benefit that now is coming back. Actually,
Oh,
going to be coming back this summer.
okay.
So we'll be doing 2 days out at the Token Lounge
Right
in March.
on.
Actually, it's going to be the 13th and 14th of March, and I know
Okay.
they've got Lita Ford scheduled for one of the nights, and they're working on the other night. But
Okay.
all the money that is raised for that goes to children's hospitals to purchase instruments for terminal cancer kids,
Sure.
um, to have a little something to do
That's
while they're in the
beautiful,
hospital.
Doug. Doug, that's beautiful, man. I put together quite a few charities over at the Token myself in my
Oh yeah,
days. Yeah, for local rockers.
we used to have some good times at the Token when you were there.
Oh my goodness, it's just that place is just a landmark for good people and good rock and roll, man. And you've hosted quite a few shows over there, man. It boggles my mind that we're sitting here talking, and you've been doing this now for 50 years. And what was it like to realize that you were kind of like a celebrity in Detroit? And how old were you when you? I mean, for real, bro, you are a celebrity in Detroit, whether you want to admit to it or not. People just love your shows, and you're very upbeat about your I want to say input on the rock and roll. You don't just talk on the radio, man. You're like you're on 3 cups of coffee every time you talk. I just don't know where you get the energy at, man. But how old were you when you got the bug to be a DJ, and how did it come about?
Well, I was very young. I used to
Okay.
tell my family, they'd say, Douglas, what do you want to be when you grow up? I was probably 9 or 10 years old, and I'd always say I wanted to be a radio DJ. Even
Okay.
back then, I used to listen to WXYZ and
Yeah.
CKLW, and my hero was Lee Allen
Oh
uh,
yeah.
from Wixie 1260. Radio was always a part of my life growing up, and
Mm-hmm.
it's always something that I wanted to do. I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd be in my 70s, and still on the
Uh,
radio.
isn't that
And
crazy? My God.
I was very fortunate, though, very fortunate
Yes.
throughout the years. A lot of people I know had to start out in small markets, or
Mm-hmm.
they ended their careers early. I was fortunate to start in Detroit, and
Uh,
really work continuously
yes.
for the 50 years. I was never really out of work
Right
for
on.
any given amount of time longer
Right.
than maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Right on.
I always had another job, and I was either leaving to, go up, or
Mm-hmm.
leaving to, just be happier. So,
You've went through quite a few radio stations, man. I mean, you've been all over the dial, my friend, up and down.
well,
I
yeah, I've
know.
been on all of them in Detroit, and
I
then the
know.
wheels coming back around for the second time.
Now, was that your putting that together? How did that come about? Wheels coming back.
Well, iHeartRadio put it together, but they
Okay.
called me to make sure that it worked, I guess, in a sense.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Um, I was a big part of their plans. Obviously, they
Sure.
needed somebody from WLLZ
Mhm.
to be on on the new wheels. That's
Sure.
what they were looking for.
Right
I was
on.
fortunate that I was available.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at Nash FM actually,
I don't know where
doing
that is.
country. I was doing country on WDRQ.
No way! You doing country?
Well, what in 2017, I was let go from WCSX.
Okay.
I was retired actually.
Okay.
And I was out of work for a couple of weeks, and I got a call from the program director of WDRQ, which was Nash FM.
Okay.
And he said, Doug, we share with the country audience a lot of classic rock audience. And he said, you've tested very well with our group. And would you be interested in coming to work for Nash FM?
Okay.
And at first I thought, I don't know, maybe I should stay retired. But I went down to the Fisher building, and it was amazing how many people, support staff, promotions, production, sales, had all worked in rock, and who we had all worked together. So everybody was telling me to take this gig. It turned out to be an afternoon drive gig.
Okay.
And I started, slowly doing part-time, and then worked my way up to full-time. And I ended up being there a year.
Okay.
And I really started to enjoy it. I mean,
No
the
kidding.
music in 2017 coming out for rock, for country, sounded like rock.
Yeah.
It was really pretty good. Even Kid Rock, I was playing more Kid Rock on Nash FM than I was on the rock stations.
What would you tell a young guy that wants to get into radio? What would be your expert advice to a youngster learning the ropes?
Well, you have to be able to adapt today. It's really different than it used to be. The technology is continuously changing.
Sure.
So something that you're doing today may not be the same just even a year from now. Okay. And people who are in our business like to get comfortable. They like to have the same equipment, the same board, the same microphone, the same delivery.
Okay.
And when you're constantly upgrading technology, it can throw you off a little bit.
Sure.
So I've been fortunate in that I've been able to keep up with, especially at my age of 73, to keep up with the technology today and be able to continue to go forward. That's probably one of the biggest hurdles outside of just really having the passion to wait it out, because you don't start out with a huge salary these days. You got to work your way up to that. The salaries are still there. The careers are still there. Okay. But you have to work a little harder to achieve that.
Okay. Is your Corvette still in A1 shape?
Oh yeah, no. The Fab 04, the 2004
I remember it.
Corvette is, the C5 is the most reliable Corvette there is, Rodney. So,
yeah, I know.
I was very, and it's only now starting to become classic. I would always, be driving mine during the Dream Cruise, right? Looking at 1967 next to me going, I want that. And that guy's looking at me going, I'd rather have that because it doesn't cost $100 every time you start it up,
Oh my goodness, they're just wonderful vehicles, man. But I heard something, man. Tell me if this is true or false. You play guitar rather well, don't you?
Not well.
But do you actually play?
I used to play. I was in a band, in my teens. And I had that guitar army thing for a while going, and I used to get up at clubs and play every once in a while. But I've pretty much lost all my chops and my fingers bleed.
Oh, yeah.
I know, I think I still remember 2 songs.
Well, Costan, he's a pretty damn good guitarist. that boy can play, and
No,
we're
he
trying to
can
get.
play really good, and he hasn't forgotten a lick, but he doesn't
No,
forget anything. Okay.
no, he's got a memory like an elephant, man. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
I
He's a
mean,
good guy too.
I'll mention a name to him, and he'll just start rattling off history, and I'll go, man,
I know. He used to come over to the after parties at the house on Stonehouse, and he would pick up one of Freddie's guitars. My older brother, my brother Freddie had a real good collection of guitars.
Oh yeah.
And Steve loved to play that '58 Les Paul Jr.
Oh,
man.
there you go.
Yeah, so he would sit around and play that all night long, man. It was good times.
Steve and I have a couple of things going on. We've got this ABX reunion coming up.
Yeah.
One. And another thing I've organized, because I don't want to sit on my laurels, right? But is a roast. I started working for the city of Warren a few years ago after they asked to roast me for the Polish Day Parade.
Okay.
And they raised about 30 grand that day, roasting me, and Ted Nugent showed up, and all my peers, were there roasting me. And
in a good way, or a bad way?
Oh yeah, no, it turned out to be great. It was
a lot of fun.
It was more love than roast.
Sure.
Jim Johnson was there, Bushman was there, Trudy Daniels, my friend Jason Hartless, and Ted showed up.
Oh my goodness.
Ted goes, if anybody's gonna roast this motherfucker, it's me.
That's Ted for you.
So it was one of the greatest nights of my life, to tell you the truth, and it just happened a couple of years ago. So the city of Warren brought me on board on their board of directors.
Wow.
To help them with the city Polish Day Parade events at the city of Warren, and for these roasts. And I did a roast last year with Pete Lucido, the prosecuting attorney from Macomb County, and this year we're doing Johnny the Bee Bedanjic, and Steve Costin will be one of the roasters.
Oh, good. Right on.
I've got a pretty good lineup of roaster. Jim McCarty is going to roast the Bee.
I'm trying to get Jim on a show.
He is the best. He really is.
It's like the era that we were graced to have being part of when we were like in our 40s and even in our 50s. The rock people that we were able to go see at local shows is just phenomenal. I mean, I don't think there's another place anywhere than the city of Detroit in the suburbs to go see band quality such as The Look and so on and so forth. And some of those big name local bands made it. Some of them didn't, but they're still here rock and rolling and doing events and charities such as yourself. And, it's been a wonderful ride. And I can't believe that you're not going to be on a radio anymore.
I just had that conversation with Gary Spagnola from Bittersweet Alley on one of my last shows on Wheels. We talked about the fact that no other city in America had the kind of talent in the 60s, the 70s, or the 80s that Detroit had. And that's why we're very fortunate, and we're also very jaded and very spoiled.
You are not lying.
We had local bands that were national acts, like Bob Seger, Alice Cooper, Iggy Pop, Ted Nugent, the MC5. And you can even drill down even more into that with the SRC and the Rationals. But then, take a look at the Romantics and Toby Red and Bittersweet Alley. And we were talking about the fact that Bittersweet Alley could sell out Harpo's 2,000 people. And you could put a national act in there today that wouldn't sell out 2,000.
So let me ask you this. What's next for the Doc of Rock? And how hard was it for you to put the mic down for the last time?
Well, like I said, I have a couple of things, the record show. I'm going to do 4 of them throughout the year.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what I have planned for the second one yet. I was actually talking to Drew Lane about maybe bringing the Drew Lane show out there for pictures and autographs. But
Sure.
Either way, I'm going to be doing 4 shows, 1 a quarter.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do working with the city of Warren on the roast and the Polish Day Parade.
Okay.
And I've had a few offers for some things, but nothing that has really tripped my trigger as of yet. I mean, when you've done 50 years,
yeah,
there does come a point where it's kind of pointless. You've been there, you've done that. I mean, what more do I need to do?
You've done it all, man. You've done it all.
I mean, I suppose I will get bored after a while, and I'll come see you, and we'll do something. But
I would love that. I would love that. Are you still going to do any like charitable events if somebody asks you to come in and MC and host?
I mean, I've already been asked to do. I let them know that I was not going to be on the radio when this event comes around in March.
Sure.
They still wanted me to be a part of it and still MC the show.
Right.
So we'll promote it mostly through social media. But I left. What is great about iHeartRadio and what they did for me, and it was probably the longest and most visual retirement in the history of rock radio, is that I left on really good terms. And for the most part, when you leave radio, you don't leave on good terms. And in this instance, if I really needed to, I could go back and fill in during the holidays or do a weekend shift, or I could go on the Josh Innes show possibly and promote, which I think I will coming up in March, because those events kind of tie together with the record show and the charity event.
Sure.
So, Josh will let me come on his show and promote it a little bit. So I don't think I'll miss it too much, but I have to say that after 2 weeks now being retired, I've been taking a lot of naps. So.
Hey man, 50 years of round the clock rocking. Your time is now, brother.
Right after General Hospital, I'm out, man.
Oh my God! I got to ask you one thing. How is it to actually interview and sit in a studio with the madman Ted Nugent? How does that go?
Oh my God! Well, you don't really interview Ted Nugent.
I can imagine.
You ask him one question and then you just sit back for the next half hour.
That's crazy.
I was just on his Spirit of the Wild podcast.
Okay.
So he had me on, and I think I got 3 words in.
That don't surprise me one bit.
I mean, I love him like a brother.
Sure.
But he can talk. But, talking to Ted, one thing's for sure. You're going to get the truth.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to, you're going to get energy. You're going to get the truth. And in radio, all you want is somebody to respond to your questions and give you that energy that people are expecting.
Sure.
And he always delivered on his interviews. I mean, nobody ever clicked out of Ted Nugent.
I bet not.
I just saw Ann too for my last show. She stopped in, and she's on WLLZ still. She's doing part-time, so she. Yeah. The hardest interview I did, though, in my entire career was with Paul McCartney.
I can imagine.
Because one, he's such an icon. 2, I'm such a Beatle freak, right?
Sure.
If you ever saw that bit of Chris Farley when he did that bit, that was me. My God. I mean, that was truly me. I mean, I was, like dumbfounded, to tell you the truth. I've listened back to the interview since then. I wouldn't even listen to it for years and years, but I listened back to it. I went, it's not too bad. But,
He would have been like he strikes me as a person that you have to kind of draw out every question that you
No,
ask him.
no,
Really?
enjoys it, and he was very
Oh,
cordial. And he even said, you know, I realize that when people meet me, they freak out. He said, so I like to try and make it. And they offered me tea, and
oh, wow.
he signed a photo for me and my wife. So he was very
I
nice. Yeah.
I see some of the stuff that you got signed. It's just incredible. Now, who was your, let me say, your most iconic? Would it be Paul McCartney? Did you ever interview like Robert Plant? Uh-huh.
He was never really a warm and friendly interview. No.
Ah, what about Don Dokken? I want to see if you remember this.
Well,
I was driving in my car, and I was dating a girl that was a waitress at the Token Lounge at the time. And she called me and said, turn on the radio right away. And I said, why? She goes, just turn on the radio. And you were saying, congratulations to Rock and Rodney out in Livonia. You just won a Charvel Jackson guitar and a meet and greet with Dee Snider and Don Dock. And I'm like, there's no freaking way, man. And I won.
wow.
I come down and met those guys, and Dee Snider was one of the coolest dudes to talk to, man. He put his arm around me, gave me a nuggie, and I really enjoyed that. It was just one of my all-time greats. And through the years, I've got to meet some pretty cool rockers. And the guitar I actually won, I ended up giving that to Jeff Williams, the guitarist in a band called Scarlet, which you know rather well.
Oh, yeah.
And he passed away 3 years ago. I don't know. Yeah, but he played that guitar through so many shows, and I'm like, wow, man, that's like, I got that from the guys in Twisted Sister, and he wanted it, and I didn't know how to play, so I gave it to him. But I've really enjoyed being part of the rock and roll scene. Me and Freddie owning the bar, and all you DJs have all been nice to me. I could go down the list. Podel, Costa and Annie and yada 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 have all come to the Token, even after me and Freddie were no longer able to keep it. And a bunch of you guys have been out to my Garden City Park parties and stuff. And Tanya from Savage Grace and Annie are just wonderful friends. She come down and had a blast at my party 3 years ago. And we're going to do it again this summer, man. So now that you're not working,
yeah,
I would love for you to come down, man, and meet and greet with the people that have supported you for so long.
Absolutely. Yeah, no problem.
That would be great because Doug, man, you've been, like I said, you've been a staple in the city of Detroit almost as much as the Ghoul. Let's talk about the Ghoul. Let's talk about him. How did you guys become friends, and what a tragedy to lose that guy.
Well, it was a tragedy. People still love him and still miss him. There's no doubt about it. He was such a great guy. I knew him from the radio in Detroit.
Okay.
But when I moved to Cleveland and worked there for 5 years, he was actually a part of that radio station, and I kept him. There were, when I got hired in there, they said, if you want to get rid of this guy, you can. I said, oh my God, no, I'm from Detroit.
Right on.
He is an icon to me. I mean, he's a hero, right?
Right on.
I had him on the air there for about 5 years. And obviously we got to know, his wife and him, and I would help. Bill Miller would bring him in every year and put him in a different venue, and then they would come to the radio station, and we would work out a promotion for him, or some plugs and interviews.
Okay.
And always made sure that he was propped up and supported whenever he had his events here in Detroit.
Oh yeah, you used to MC some of his shows at the Token Lounge. He used to be over there quite a bit.
He's certainly still remembered, no question.
Oh, without a doubt. I got a buddy of mine that used to play in the Meanies, Randy, and he wears a Ghoul shirt faithfully. He's a pretty adamant golfer. And, Randy Kotek is his name, and he wears. Yeah, I think you know him. He wears nothing but Ghoul memorabilia all the time. So yeah, he's definitely missed and loved. Yeah. So okay, Doug, I just wanted to say thank you so very, very
Oh,
much for
wow.
coming on our show.
Thank
And
you.
you are always welcome anytime you like. And as soon as I get a date set for the big party in the park, I will pass it along to you and get all your friends to come out and we'll make a day of it. Okay.
Oh man, that sounds fantastic. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd love that. It's
Would you
always
like to?
good catching up, and it's always
Yeah.
good kind of going down memory lane a little bit, you know.
Sure. We got some history, man. We go back 30, about 30 years, man.
Yeah,
See
no,
each other.
like I said from the top, we used to have a good time out at Token Lounge.
Yes, sir, buddy. And hopefully we can get
And the
together
fact
soon.
that it's like one of the only rock clubs still left today.
I
Um,
know. John does a wonderful job, doesn't he?
yeah, he really
I,
did. And I go there more now, I think, than I did back in the 80s.
I know he's got it set up so nice. We actually did an interview with him about a month ago. It'll be up on the podcast here
Oh, okay.
in about probably 2 weeks. We have two shows in front of him, but yours is going to be top priority, I promise. And I can't wait to see you and the great things you do in the new year, Doug. And thank you so much, my friend.
All right. Well, thank you, Rodney. Thank you very much for having me.